We'll wait for 5 minutes and let's see if Ganga is joining. We'll
Yes.
continue. We'll try to complete this theoretical part today, and tomorrow we will implement this in our integration. Okay.
Okay.
We will
Tomorrow
learn
means Monday or
yeah, Monday, Saturday, tenant does not work.
okay.
Okay. Sunday, just take a rest, and Monday we will connect in the morning.
Yeah,
If
sure.
there is no call, okay, Monday morning,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, and then we will discuss this.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
We have a couple of more integrations to see, to learn,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then we will discuss about interview questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Suresh, tenant working?
Looks in the mute.
It's not working.
Even I'm getting same error, sir.
Tell
Yesterday till
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Okay, so let's just jump into this. It's been like 2 3 days. We have not discussed about XML, so let me just have a quick refresher. Okay, today is going to be completely a theoretical part, and we will see how to write XML to XSLT. Okay, I have some basic coding written, which is very easy to understand, but you have to make note of the points in your own by your own self. Okay, whatever is your understanding, just write it down or take a screenshot. Tell me that you want to take a screenshot. I will hold the screen. You take a screenshot. Make sure you capture it because today's session you will understand everything. After 1 or 2 days, if I ask you how do you do this, you will not. How do you write this value? You will not remember. So it is always better to write it down and take a screenshot for your reference. So let's
yeah.
start quickly. What is an XML? Okay, XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It was designed to store and transport data. Okay, it is just basic. It is just to store and send the data. That's all. It has nothing else. There is no purpose for it. Like how we have Java or HTML, right? When we give a command like make a text bold or color a text or make it an italic. So all those or if and else statement in Java. So those kind of things in Java and HTML will give you an output. Okay, will give you an output as you desire, as you give a command. But in XML, it is not like that. In XML, whatever you give, it is just a text. Okay, it will not give you any output. It is just for you to read. It will store the data. It will send the data. You can take the data and you can send the same data there. Like just a basic example is your notepad. What does the notepad do? You just type and you save it. That's all. You want to send it, go attach the file in WhatsApp, Gmail, and send it. There is no other purpose of Notepad, right? The same concept of XML. XML was designed both by human and machine readable language. Okay, so this is XML can be read both by humans and machines. This is how the basic example of XML looks. Okay, you have prologue here. The first line is called as prologue. Then you have something called as root. Okay, whenever you have this starting this kind of a symbol, the first symbol, this is always called as root. Okay, the first one is called as root. After that you have uh, child. Okay, first one is root or parent, then child, and then all of these are called as siblings. Okay, see these are all siblings, sibling 1, sibling 2, sibling 3, and then the root will end. Okay, these are called as tags or elements. These are all when I say tag, which means I'm referring to like this one. This is called tag. This is a tag. This is a tag. This is a tag. Okay, and element is this element. This is full element. This is one element, second element, third element, fourth element. Okay. So always XML will start with parent, which is the root, then the child, then the sibling, sibling 1, sibling 2, sibling 3. Let's take another example here. See, this is a prologue. The first line is always a prologue, and this prologue is not at all mandatory. Okay, it is good to have. You don't want to have it, no problem, delete it. It will not make any difference. But if you are having a prologue, it should always be in the first line. It should be declared always in the first line. And this is the usual format. It is not like, something which you need to remember. This is the usual format. That's all. You have to type this if you want it. So there's this example here. If you see here, this is called as root, parent, right? The first one, I told you always the first one is a root. And then you have child here. And then these are all siblings. See? And then this tag is closed. See this tag, always you should remember whenever the first tag opens, okay, this whenever you, in an XML, there will be only one root. Okay, only one root. See, it breakfast underscore menu. There is nothing else, but at the end it will close. See, it's closing. But you'll find so many food here. See, there can be lots of child. See, lots of child. And there can be lots of siblings. These are all siblings. See, but only one root. Okay, like one parent, multiple children, multiple brothers and sisters. Same concept. Why do you study? All this is not needed. Go to tree. Okay, so this is the tree. I was telling you always the first element is root element or parent. You see this parent here? Root element or parent. And then the second element is called as child. See this child here? After parent, the child comes. And after child, the siblings will come. See, these are all siblings. This is the example. The example here is we have put this in the chart. Okay. See, the first one starts with bookstore. Okay. So the bookstore is a root element. It's root. And then the second one is book, only book. Okay. Book is called as child. Element is child. And then you have other elements, title, author, year. Title, author, year, price. These are called as siblings. And then the child will close. This book will close here. Okay, that's all. Then the second book opens. Second book opens. You see here the text, everyday Italian 2015-30. It is everyday Italian, this one 2015-30. These are all just the text. See, it is only text. Something which you want to send. Okay, something which you want to send. Like, for example, in our Excel sheet, you have rows and columns, right? In the rows and columns, you type something, 1, 2, 3, or maybe some kind of functions, some addition, subtraction. So that whatever you're typing is what comes here. If I can type this in an Excel sheet in one cell, I can type this. So whatever you type here is a text. Something which you want to send, transport, or something which you want to save. And if you see here, there is something called as attribute category. See this category? What is an attribute? Attribute is nothing but it just gives an explanation or the purpose of this particular tag. Like, what is the category of this book? Cooking book. What is the category of this book? It's children book. What is the category of this book? It is a web book. It just gives the meaning for it. Okay? This is how you will declare a category. This is how, sorry, not category, an attribute. You will always declare an attribute like equal to double quotes. So anything which comes between the single quote or double quote is called as attribute. If this is the format, if you use this, see this attribute is like you can type anything, or you can type title, or you can type name also. Anything. This is just to declare that the purpose of this is this. Okay, whatever, home in HYD. This is called name. Anything. Okay, but the concept here is you need to understand this is how you declare an attribute. This is how you write an attribute. When I say declare, which means this is how you write it. This is the format. Any questions here for me in this tree structure?
No, Mohammed, good.
Okay.
I think we already discussed this XML last week.
Yes, it's been
And
quite some time. So just
yeah. We'll try to focus more on XSLT.
okay. I'll just go through this quickly.
Yeah.
In integrations, you'll have like very high level of XML and XSLT coding.
Yeah, see, there are high level codings as well involved. XSLT kind of high level
Hmm.
coding.
No, I meant like in Workday for integrations, you will have that level.
Yes, of course, we will.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I heard that a few companies will use some automated tools to convert XSLT from XML to XSLT. So is it true, Mohammed?
Yes,
Do we have
it
that?
is very much true. There are some tools which will convert XML to XSLT. It depends upon project to project.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there is no such tool, then you have to write it yourself. And
Okay.
it's quite simple. Just Google it, how to do this function, how to do that function. It will tell you. What do you think? These developers, Java developers, C++ developers, Android, these developers, what do? They always Google it,
Right. Yeah.
right? They will Google that particular function. They will copy paste it and they will change it as per their requirements.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Same thing we're going to do. But see, this is all requires practice. So when you get in a project, you yourself will know how and where. You'll have people around. You can ask them how to do this, how to do that.
Right. Yeah. So even do we? I think can we find online conversion tools as well? I guess.
No online conversion tools. I don't think so. There is any online conversion tool available.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's something project related. Okay, it depends
Mm-hmm.
upon the project. People want the project will want uh, to work things faster, so they will automate it. But online, you will not find such tools.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so what is an element? Element is either a text attribute or mixture of both or other elements. Okay, like as I told you, element is like this full is an element. This is also an element. This is also an element. Okay, so when somebody refers what is check that element, so you should know this is what they are referring. They are saying refer this element. Element means this whole line. The full line is an element. Okay, coming to attributes, as I told you, attributes is like this. This is how attribute is referred to. It either comes in single quotes or double quotes, like this. See, this is an attribute. This is this is called as child or parent, whatever it is. Okay, if it is first one, it is called parent or root. If it is second, then it is called child. And of course, these are all siblings. Okay, and this is how you declare an attribute inside the first tag, inside the child tag. Then coming to namespace, what is namespace? Okay, namespace is, say for instance, our example was the example. um, if you see here, okay, this was the first example we saw. Okay, this is the root. This is the root. No problem. Root is only declared once, but this is a child. Okay, food, food, food. The name of the child is same. See, food, food, food. Okay, here also you see name, name, name. So now, when we are writing such kind of code where there are repetitive tags or elements, see, this is name is here, name is here, name is here. So when we are writing a code here, okay, say this is an XML. If I'm having such kind of XML here, okay, and when I'm changing it to XSLT, when I'm writing an XSLT code, at that point of time, how will my code know which one I am referring to? Say, for example, in my XSLT, I want an output of strawberry. Okay, this is strawberry. You see here, this is Belgium. This is strawberry. This is berry. This is French. But my output, I want strawberry. Okay. So in such kind of cases, I have to declare food. Okay, I have to declare food, I have to declare name, and then only this output will come. But the problem here is here also there is food, here also there is name. How will my XSLT understand that I want specifically strawberry? That is where namespace picture comes in. Okay, we will, if we prefix this food with a particular a different name, okay, then my system will understand. For example, food is this is food, this is food, this is food. How will the system know which food I want? Okay, But if I declare this way, if I declare this way, my system will know which food I'm referring to, whether I'm referring to C colon, D colon, or H colon. Okay, so then I can use this and use this in my XSLT to get the output. Okay. I will show you that as how do we get an output and all that. Just for your understanding, this is how namespace works. And if you are using such kind of namespace, okay, this is namespace. This is namespace. If you're using such kind of namespace, you have to declare this namespace. Okay, declare as in you have to in the coding itself. Say for example, this is a code. See, this is the code. Okay, this is the XML code. You will get this XML code from our report. Okay, our advanced report which we deliver, which we which we create. We can get the XML code very easily. We just have to navigate properly. We just have to download the XML. That's all we have to do. But when we convert XML to XSLT, that's where our coding knowledge comes in. I want food here like this. Okay, I have declared this namespace here. D colon. Okay, and this is H colon. This is H colon. When I am declaring, when I'm giving a namespace like this, I will have to for sure declare the namespace here. Okay, what's the command to declare the namespace? It is XMLNS colon C. The C. This equal to, what is the C for? The C is food type 1. This is one declaration. Second declaration is for H. I have H also, right? I have to declare for H also. Just change this H. What is this food type 212? This is just something which I'm giving an explanation for. What is the purpose of this H? What is the purpose of C? This has to be in double quotes. It's not necessary this has to be only this. It can be anything. It can be anything as per your choice. But you have to declare it. Now, when I say declare it, this is how you declare. You have to put this command :H equal to, and then whatever you want to type, and then in double quotes. And always the declaration will happen here. Always the declaration will happen in the root tag. This is the root tag, right? Parent. Always you have to declare it like this. So now, since you have declared it, now you can use this C colon in your XSLT to get an output which is related to this only. Or if you are using H colon, you can get an output which is related to H. We'll see that in an example. This is just for your understanding for now. And if you do not declare this in XSLT, see, you're declaring this here, you have to declare this in XSLT as well. If you don't declare it, then there will be an error. First of all, XSLT will not allow you to save it. Okay, but you have to declare this in XML and XSLT whenever you are using a namespace. The command is this. This is the command. The command. Let's just create XSLT. See, this is how the output will look in XSLT. All this formatting and all will not happen. This is just because this is a UI, it is showing. It will be a simple text like this. Output will be a simple text like this in an Excel format like this in a notepad or something. This is a UI. That's why it is showing so colorful. This will be the output. But if you click on XML, see, if this is the XML, this is how the XML will look. It is nothing. If I display XML, see, nothing. Just like that. But if I click on XSLT, it is looking different. See, Forget the coloring. It will have the text like this in a proper format. Let's see an example of namespace here. In XML, element names are defined by the developer. This often results in conflict when trying to mix XML document from different XML applications. Okay, I have this one code here. Okay, it has table tr, apple, banana, table is closed. Then again, I have another code which is writing again table. Okay, one table is here, one table is here. Now the code, now XSLT, when I write this, when I want the data in XSLT, the XSLT will be confused. One table is here, one table is here, which output, whether I should give apple or banana, or should I give African coffee table? What should I give? So that will be a confusion for XSLT. So to avoid such things, see, I have just added a prefix, anything, A, B, C, D, anything. See, I've added a prefix here, see, I've added a prefix. This is called namespace. So you have to declare this namespace at the top. See, this is where the declaration comes. They have written H and F. Okay, see, this is how they have declared. H they have declared here, and I told you, right, this is anything, you can type anything here, not a big deal. See, F is declared here. In the XML attribute, yeah, we have already seen this. See, this is where you will declare in the root. This is the root. See, you have to declare it here. It is not necessary what is inside this double quotes. You can type anything of your choice, any description of your choice. Like here, the description is furniture, right? Same thing, you can type furniture. This is the African coffee table. This is a fruit, so you can type here fruit. It's not going to make any difference. Next is XPath. What is an XPath? Okay, XPath. What is an XPath? XPath is nothing but an address. Okay. Address as in, say for instance, you have ordered in Amazon, right? You have ordered some product in Amazon, and how will they deliver? Where will they deliver? They will deliver at an address. You have to give that address. Only then there will be a delivery happening. The same way is XPath. XPath means you are declaring an address. You will declare an address, and the output will be picked from that address. Okay? Whatever address you declare, that's where the output will come. For example, I'll show you the example. Let's read through quickly. XPath is a major element in the XSLT standard. XPath can be used to navigate through elements and attributes. As I told you, when you declare an XPath, which is the address, it will go to that particular attribute or element. Element is that full line. Okay, attribute is that specific description. So if I declare that particular address, it will pick the attribute, it will pick the element. So we will learn how to write an attribute. XPath is a syntax for defining paths. XPath uses path expression. This is not needed. See, this is an example now. The same example what we saw above. Okay, we have a bookstore. We have an attribute. This is an attribute. Okay, and these are all called as childs. They're all child. So how would you declare an XPath? How would you declare an XPath? This is where we will learn XPath. Okay. You see the bookstore here. Bookstore, book. Bookstore, book. Now there are 2-3 books here. Book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. There are 4 books. What output do you want? Okay, how will the XSLT know which output do you want? So that's where we will declare a path. We will declare a path saying that, let's take an example of this itself. Okay, I'm going to write an X path or address for something which I want, for an output which I want. Okay, so my X path will always start with root. Okay, so what is the root? Root is this, breakfast. This is the root. Okay, then slash. What output do I want? Whether I want this food or this food. Let's say I want this food. Then in food, what do I want? Whether I want name or price or description or calories. I want calories. This becomes an X path. Now, this is with colon. Okay. If say for instance, there is no colon. Sorry, there's no namespace. This is with namespace, so it is easy. Okay. Let's, for instance, take it as there is no namespace. How do you write the code in such case? How do you write an XPath or address in such case? You will write in it. Again, you will copy the first one, which is the root. Then you will copy food. But which food will you copy? First one, second one, third one. How will the XML know? So this is where we will declare the number here. 1. So it will take the first food. If I declare 2, it will take the second food. If I declare 3, it will take the third food. But there are different commands available here. See this? This command. Okay. This is how you write it. See, the bookstore comes first, which is the root element, and then the child comes. Now you want the first one or you want the last one. So these are the commands which you can remember. See, this is the command last. This is the command last but one, which is if I give this command, it will take this is the last. This will take last but one. Then position less than 3. Then you have attribute. You can also pull it. We'll come to this. For now, just understand this is how you write an X path, which is an address in an XSLT. Whenever you're writing an address, this is how you will write it. Let's see. We have something called as predicates. They're all predicates. Okay. Again, we have the same example here. Okay. Now this is how we write an XSLT. XSLT is manually written. Okay, but this XML comes from our output file, which is advanced report. But based on this output file, we will have to write the XSLT in our own language. Okay. How do we write such kind of XSLT? There are little complex XSLTs. There are some basic XSLTs. So based on your requirement, based on what the client is telling you, you will have to write your XSLT. Okay. We're not going to see an example here. We will directly write an XSLT here. Okay. Let's write it. Before we get into XSLT, let's learn what is an XSLT. Let's learn the basic XSLT. What is an XSLT? XSLT can also be called as styling sheet. Okay, write it down. XSLT can also be called as styling sheet. Okay, it's nothing but just a styling sheet, as in we can get the output desired output. Okay, this is an XML and it is in a specific format. See, this is how it will look. If you say XML, this is how it will look. There will not be any changes in this. But when you say XSLT, you can design it as you want. See this. I can remove all of this. I can just print only Belgium waffles. Okay. I can put this a line. I can put in a different line. I can repeat this. Okay, if I want n number of times. So I can do all of those kind of stylings. Okay, I can change the font and all that. I can do those kind of stylings in XSLT, but in XML it's not possible. So that's where we are using XML to XSLT conversion, and we are sending the data, okay, in the format which the client is asking, in the look which the client is asking. So we will learn how to write this XSLT. So this is one command which I want you to learn, and just remember this: XSL value value of. This is a command, and I'll tell you what is the purpose of this command. We'll see that directly. This is an Oxygen application. Okay? It is available at 30 days trial. You can download it from Google. Oxygen, see the name, it is Oxygen Developer, Oxygen XML Developer. So you have to register it through your email ID, and it will be valid for 30 days. After that, it will expire. You cannot re-register it. You have to change the email ID and re-register once again if you want to extend. Okay? Else, this is the live application which is used in most of the projects for XML XSLT conversion. This is how Oxygen will look. You'll use this application in INT projects, in integration projects. An XML example. So I have a basic code written here. Okay, this is very basic code, and this is the code. Okay, we will first read the XML code. We will see what all is there in the XML. Forget about XSLT now. Just see what all is there in XML. We have the prologue. We have this root element. We have declared namespace. There is two namespace. One is C, one is comp. Okay, then I have a child, Harris, and then we have these two. C is declared here, comp is declared here. Then we have another child called as Harris. We have some text here. Okay? And then the parent is closing. Any questions in this XML?
No, Mohammed, good as that now.
So now we are going to write a XSLT of this XML. How do we start? Okay. So just go to File, New. It is asking me whether I want an XSLT or XML document. What do I want? A new file. So I will choose the XSLT styling sheet, style sheet. Okay, I'll just hit create. Okay, so the sheet is created here. This is the sheet. Okay, this is my old sheet which I was working on. This is the new sheet which I created. Now by default, it will come like this. This is default. Okay. So how do I edit this? How do I add? What all can I add? Okay, that's what we are going to learn. So the first one is of course the same. See this is the same. Okay, this is for prologue. Then from here our XSLT will start. Okay, so what all do we write here? What all can be written here? Okay, that's what we will learn. The first thing what you will write here is, see, this is a parent. See, this is a parent. Okay, so anything which you write will be between this. It will not be beyond that. I was telling you that we will copy this. We will see this function first. Okay, we are going to see this function now. Value of. We will see how do we write this. One second. Now here, this is a function called as value of select. So if you see here, this has to be the address, which is the X path. If I want a data in this is an input. XML is always an input. Okay, we will give this input in our XSLT to get the output here. Okay, this is the output. So whenever I have an input ready, which is my advanced report output of web services, this is my input. I will have to write the coding here to get the output here. Okay, so let's write an output. What all data do I want here? I want Harris. I want to navigate with this path, Harris. I want family member. And I want, let's just take, I just want family member. Simple. Now, if I run this, it will throw an error. Must not appear directly within XSL sheet. Okay? It should not appear directly. So what else do I need to add in this? We need to add, as I told you, here there is a, first thing what we will add is, we will declare the namespace. You remember I told you we have to declare the namespace. Always, if there is a namespace, it has to be declared.